So last year, the administration decided to combine three areas of the school. One was the guidance department, the other was the Learning Enrichment Centre, and the last one was the library. And so these three areas of the school, I thought, were the three areas that provided support and help to the St. Michael's community. And the support comes in two ways. The support comes to the students from a guidance perspective, also from a learning enrichment perspective, and then finally from the perspective of offering various resources from the library to the students. At the same time, the area is intended to help the teachers because we feel that as long as we're supporting students, the teachers are also getting the benefit of that help. So the idea for redesigning the hallway came as a result of trying to unify the three departments that have come together, and that, of course, is the guidance department, the Learning Enrichment Center, and the library. So in order to identify and unify, we thought creating a space that connected the three areas and made it apart from every other aspect or any other space in the school was something that was important. So as you walk around this corner, you know you are in an area called Student Affairs, and you know that that area includes the guidance department, the Learning Enrichment Center, and the library. The other aspect that's important to discuss in terms of designing this space is sort of the direction that the school is going in, and that's this implementation of a deep learning pedagogical model. And so since we were redesigning the space to unify the three areas, we felt it was important to tie in the notion of deep learning. So we think that the space offers the students an area where they can collaborate. It offers the teachers, I should say, an area where they can send the students out to collaborate and create. And so we've covered some of the 6 C's that are implied with the deep learning model. The other aspect that I think is important in this hallway is delivering help or assistance to the students means taking care of their mental health. And so we also try to incorporate a mindful notion where students can walk through that hallway and be aware of who they are, how they feel, and what might lead them to better feelings. So the What Made Me wall is a wall that was inspired by one of my visits to another province, that was British Columbia, and in that conference we were treated to various tours of universities, and we're able to see how spaces were designed not only in a deep learning aspect, but also keeping in mind the mindfulness of the space. And so the What Made Me wall was inspired by something that I saw at the University of British Columbia, where the students could interact with the space. And that wall, or the What Made Me wall, has the students or gives the students the ability to identify with various emotions as they progress through their day, through the minute, and so on and so forth. It gives them a chance to interact with the space and also identify themselves and the feelings that they're exposed to. How Will You Make Your Mark wall is inspired by the guidance curriculum that we're charged to deliver. And part of that curriculum deals with SMART goal setting and students identifying what they hope to accomplish in their high school career. We thought it'd be a good idea to have the students interact, much like the What Made Me wall. And so part of the program has each counselor introduce themselves and the school and the guidance program to each new student at the school. And we felt it'd be a fun activity to walk the student after that initial meeting into the wall and have them pick a spot on that How You Make Your Mark wall and interact with it. And so within their own minds, they've decided on how they can make a difference while they are here at St. Michael's. The graduate map is something that we've been toying with for several years. We thought it's a good visualization of the kind of work that we do in guidance. So it's kind of the opposite wall from the how will you make your mark wall, where you come in grade 9 and you can decide how you're going to make a difference and set a goal for yourself. And then as you leave, you know, you've either met that goal or not. And I think we are successful in having students achieve the goals that they set out for themselves in grade 9. The map then becomes a visual representation of all the students achieving their goals. So the other interesting aspect of that space is the idea that the Odette Library can have arms all over the building, and I think this is just the beginning of the various arms that can reach all over the campus. And so we wanted to create a space where the students have the ability to work, research, write, read, and so on. But we want to develop a space that the kids can sort of use and develop organically. So we put some benches along the wall over there just outside the library to give the students the idea that this is actually part of the same area where work is required, but we did not want to give them kind of rules to follow, and we wanted them to learn how to use the space maturely, and that space can develop organically. So visual representations of what they should be doing in that space give them the notion that this is what that space is used for. And thus the students are, I think, using the space appropriately and getting some work done in a different, non-traditional manner. At the same time, we decided to let the students be aware of sort of mindful techniques and some images and some words that can have them, or the students, just be aware of who they are and some of the pressures that they might face, and that we're all kind of in the same situation, and there is a place where the students can receive help if they need to.